Oh, hi everyone. This is Peggy, OhMyAngels. Today is wonderful Wednesday, February 25th. I hope you guys have having a good week so far. Um, I'm hoping I'm getting this, making sure that everybody's coming in.
Alert from Books. The last time
Oh,
you
sure.
opened
Hold on.
Books,
This
it
one.
unexpectedly quit while reopening Windows. Do you want to?
My computer's talking to me today. Can you tell all this? It's like, no, this is not the time to do that. So it's Mercury retrogrades coming, right? So we're going to have all these little glitches. So I like them. It's fine. It's all good. Alrighty, so as I stated last week, we're going to start doing this every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time, which I'll run through the times. That's 1 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be on for 20, 30 minutes, just depends on who all shows up. And what I'm going to do is have you guys type in a question you would like answered into the chat room, and then I will give you some answers from your angels. All this is going off at one time, right? I'll be better prepared next week, I promise. So, how's everybody doing? Let's see who's in the room so far. Let me see. This is kind of. I don't have everything down pat on. I have to really kind of look at my eyesight here. Let's see if I can see it over here better. Um, I'm seeing hi Peggy, hi Peggy, hi Peggy. Well, hi everybody. Come on in. Um, I've got Yogi in the room with me too, so you might hear him as well. But put your questions in the little chat box there, and we'll get you some answers for your questions from your angels. This is all. Oh, I mean, this is always exciting to get this done and to have this. I'll get better each time we do it. I'll get a little less nervous. I think for me right now, it's just learning which buttons to push and being able to see everything. As you get older, your eyesight kind of goes. And I've got to figure out a way where I can see this better. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I can see hi Peggy, so that's good to see. Oh, someone sent a hand waving. So here, I'll wave back. How's that? I think, let's see. I think I can do this, and it's supposed to put some little hearts or something. Maybe it's to the side. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. We'll get it going. All right, so question. Let me see who this is from. I cannot see the page here. Give me a second. I'm going to go back over on this one and see if I can pick it up over here. All right, it says, question is our son going to be financially okay in his new apartment? I think they're going to struggle a little bit. I think eventually he'll be okay, but I don't think he's going to be wonderful. I'm hearing right off the bat they've bitten off more than they can chew. It's an old saying. But I think that if he works hard, so he'll do what it takes to make sure that the payments get made. But I think it's going to cause some unnecessary stress on an already stressed relationship, if that makes sense. Um, it's funny when we have kids, isn't it? We never stop worrying about them or caring for them and wanting them to be better or to help them. But there's times that they have life lessons that they have to learn, and moving out and getting into this apartment and being in the relationship he's in, he's got some lessons he has to learn. And you can look on the bright side. She's a very good teacher, so I think I think he's going to learn his lessons fairly quickly, and I think there'll be lessons that stay with him. Okay, but overall he's going to be fine, and he'll make it work until he decides that he's done. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's Brandy. Hey, Brandy. Thanks for coming in. She says, my question is about my oldest son. Will he be offered a job in his field soon? I'm hearing yes. I'm not real good with timelines. I usually go with seasons. So it feels like by spring, which is coming up pretty quick, by the start of spring, I think he'll be offered a job that not only does he want, but it's going to be in his field, but it's not his forever after job. It's going to be a job that leads him to where he's supposed to be. It feels like the money's good. It feels like the benefits are good, but he's got a lot to learn still. And I don't mean that in a negative way. He just has a lot to learn. And I think this company is going to be able to teach him the things that his basics, teach him and help him secure his base foundation in his field, if that makes sense. I think he's going to be happy with it. I think he'll do well. So I'll teach him a lot, and I think he'll really enjoy it. So yes, most definitely, he's going to get the job. Let's see. I think that's Destry. It says makes perfect sense. Thanks. You're so welcome. We can't help it. You know, as parents, we want the best for our kids, and it's so hard to not intervene and tell them they have to do such and such, because, you know, we see the situation for what it is, but then we have to step back and go, you know what, they signed up for this lesson, dang it. And we signed up to sit back and to be there for them for when they have to go through the lesson. You know, it's hard. It's really hard. As a parent and as a grandparent, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, most of you know that my granddaughter and I are super close, and there's times that I've wanted to tell her, no, do not do that. Under any circumstances, do not do that. But I've been told, no, she has to learn, you know. And it was nothing that where she was going to be in danger or anything like that, because then I would have, you know, definitely intervened. But there's just relationships or situations they get themselves into that after it's all said and done, you can look back and go, okay, I see why they had to go through that, you know. But as a parent, we just want to protect them. That's what we're here for, right? Okay, it says, let's see. Okay, so that's all the 2 questions we got so far. All right, you guys. Let me see what else we've got. This message is for a female, and I don't know if she's going to be listening live or she's going to be coming in a little bit later. But what I'm hearing is step out of fear. It's like, I feel like even if you're listening in right now and you're not making yourself known in the chat room, you have a fear about even making yourself known in the chat room. What I do here is not evil. It's not bad. I believe in God. I believe in the angels. And you have a right to ask questions. You have a right to ask God and the angels, you know, why or what do I do? You know, ask and you shall receive, right? That's my philosophy. And there's a lot of times that, you know, I'll ask a question. If I get an answer that I don't like, I'll ask why, or, you know, give me some clarity on it because I don't understand. Help, you know, guide me, show me. Those are things that you can ask when you're saying your prayers, you know, guide me, show me, help me understand what this is. And I also ask, you know, God and the angels, we all have lessons that we signed up for. This is my personal belief. We all signed up for certain lessons here on earth. And I don't know about you guys, but I signed up for some doozies. Let me tell you, I've been through it a time or two. And I've questioned, oh my gosh, really? Do I have to go through this? Why am I having to go through this? And it's the lessons that I've had to learn after the fact. You know, one of the questions that I asked after I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was like, why? Why do I have to go through this? I'm not going to die from breast cancer. I'm just not going to. And I had this long discussion with God and the angels. And one of the reasons that I was led or shown was I had to go through it where I could help others go through it. Because, you know, let's face it, for the women, a lot of people don't talk about it. They don't talk about the ins and outs, how you feel after you've had a double mastectomy, how you feel, you know, getting implants, how you feel, how your body feels when not all of it feels like it's yours anymore. But I was so blessed that I got off as easy as I did, you know. And I've never taken that for granted, trust me. So for all of those of you who are newly diagnosed or who are going through it, ask any question you want. If I can help, I'll help you. You know, because I had some good helpers on my end that explained things to me that, you know, didn't make sense at the time, but as time went on, I don't think I could have made it without them. Okay, so when you're going through something, no matter how sometimes bleak or how painful it is, there's always something to be grateful for. For me, it was, I'm grateful I get to be in service. I'm grateful I'm still alive. I'm grateful I'm here. Even with these videos, I'm grateful I'm learning. I think this broadcast today is better than last week's, you know, so I'm learning. And I'm not afraid to put myself out there. You know, some people will like me, some people won't, but that's okay too, right? I'll draw people to me that I can help, that I can help them with their energy or dealing with their energy or working through certain situations. But I'm typically an upbeat and positive person. Now, when I was younger, I could, you know, I have red hair and, you know, I could get pissed off pretty fast, right? And I could hold on to that for quite some time. And it's really funny, the older I get and the more, I like to say, attuned I become, the less that energy stays with me. I'm quicker to find something positive than I am to dwell on the negative. Because I've learned, you know, hopefully, and the angels are, you know, they keep saying, I'm definitely a work in progress, right? That it's so much easier to look on the bright side of things. I mean, sure, we can look on the negative side, but why? Why put ourselves through that? Why put others through that? So let's look on the positive side. I got some friends out there who, right now, they've given up everything. They've done everything possible to make their dreams come true. And now they're waiting for, and I'll use this, divine timing. And let me tell you, it's a bitch. Divine timing. I just was like, come on, hurry it up. So my heart and my prayers go out to them. I know it's coming soon, you guys. Hang in there. And I'll be excited to share your adventure once it starts. But I feel like it's soon, okay? It's still coming. So don't give up. Keep the faith. So whenever you've got something going on in your life or whatever, I'm a firm believer in saying your prayers or talking with other people, getting a reading. And that's why I want to do these on Wednesday, where there's people out there that right now times are tight and they don't have the money to spend on getting a reading from somebody. And giving readings and helping people it makes me happy. It's my bliss, okay? So if I can do this on Wednesdays for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on how many people come in, then I'll gladly do it. If I can help somebody, then that's all I need. That's all I need is to be able to help. We all need help from time to time. Lord knows I do, you know. And I've got people that when I get into those places, I can reach out to, and I'm very grateful for that. I was talking to a lady today who she's in her early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and she went for her yearly checkup and stuff, and she's a little bit down the dumps or whatever, and the doctor asked her if she had somebody she could talk to about it. And she told me that she named her vacuum a certain name and her broom a different name. And she says, yeah, I talk to them all the time. And I thought, I told her, I said, well, that's pretty creative. I would have never thought, to talk to my vacuum sweeper or to the broom. Because I don't like to use either one of them. Obviously, I have to. But instead, I talk to Yogi. So Yogi's my guru around here. If I need to talk things out, then he's the one I go to. So I suggested to her to get an animal, to get a dog or a cat. And so she's thinking about it. She said maybe when spring starts, because she'd like to get a puppy. And she wants to be able to, learn to potty break them really quick with going in and out. And right now in the Kansas City area, the weather is so crazy. Earlier this week we were in the 20s, wind chills were brr. And now Friday we're going to be 70s. So I think she wants to wait till the weather settles a little bit. But the main point here is we all need somebody to talk to. And so if you can come in here, stop by on Wednesdays and have a question, there's no, I have one lady ask me today, she goes, but I don't know what to ask. Ask whatever it is you want to ask. There's no judgment here. And I think I invite people in that are, we're just everyday people. We need help from time to time. We need someone to say, hey, I've been through that, or, here's what your angels are saying, do this, try that, right? So just stay open to receive. Here's what it says. I think this is Julie. Does the universe want me to know anything I'm not seeing at the moment? Do I want to know? The message I'm getting for you is it's not your responsibility to take on the whole thing. You don't have to carry the load for the whole family. You feel like you should. You feel like you need to buffer everybody else's feelings. And they're saying, no, you've got to let that go. Nobody's being punished here. There's nothing that you guys have done that's delaying the situation. Again, it's that wonderful term, divine timing, right? But I think that you're going to, I really thought yesterday or today, maybe it's today and tomorrow, I don't know, but it feels like this week. And I felt that since this past weekend. And it's almost like I see the paperwork sitting on somebody's desk and it just needs to be moved along. I don't think that there's any one person that's going, oh my gosh, this is not right or that's not right. I don't think that's it at all. I just think it's human nature. I think it's someone has just kind of overlooked it a little bit. It's not a priority to them. They don't understand the circumstances. So just breathe. Know with every fiber of your being, this is divine timing, and it's going to happen. You guys have done all the right things. So keep the faith, young lady. Okay? Just breathe. It'll be fine, right? And now when people tell me that, I'm like, yeah, right. When I was younger and somebody would say, just breathe, I'd be like, what the heck are you talking about? I'm breathing. And I'd get, ugh. But the thing about it is, it does. If you take that deep breath in and then release it, it really lets go of the tension. And I'll tell you a little secret. You can ask a question to your higher self. And ask the question as you're breathing in and hold it. Finish the question. And then just as you release it, you'll get your answer. That's the one time, that 1 second in there is the one time that ego or nothing else can get through. That's just your higher self giving you a truthful answer. So try it. It works. I've tried it quite a few times. It's really funny because when you read for other people, people say, well, if you can do these readings and stuff, how come you don't do the lottery? How come you haven't won the lottery? And how come you don't do this? And how come you don't do that? It doesn't work that way. I'm here to help other people. I'm not here just to fill myself up, right? I'm here to help other people. It's what I signed up for. Now, that's not to say that I don't get nudges or dreams or a little indication from my guides and my angels that, Peggy, don't do that today, And when I was younger, I'd go, why? Why? Why not? Why can't I do this? And as I've gotten older, especially this past year, it's just been amazing how much quicker it comes now. They say, don't. I'm like, okay, I don't even question because the trust is there. I know that what they're telling me is the right thing. Hold on just a second here. I want to make sure. So, if you can get in that working relationship with your guides and your higher self, it makes things so much easier. It doesn't mean you shouldn't question, because I know when the angels got assigned to me, they were like, oh, why did we have to get assigned to her? Because as a kid, I was always questioning. I went to so many different churches with my friends from school because they weren't the same church I went to. And as a kid, I thought, oh, God's up there making these little tick marks against me. I'm never going to get to go back home. And home meaning heaven, right? So I would go up to the minister or the preacher or the what do they call him, and the priest, and I would say, what makes this the right church? And every one of them had the same answer, because this is God's church. And I'm thinking, well, church right down the street's God's church too. So why aren't they getting in and you are? It doesn't make sense to me. Well, they didn't like to be questioned like that, especially from a kid, right? And so I would have friends to tell me, don't ever ask to come over on a Saturday night and go to church with us on Sunday. They don't want you at our church. So if that gives you any indication of what I was like. So let's see. Oh, Julie's saying, I will say thank you, universe, for divine timing. There you go. See, turn it around. Put the positive spin on it. And then hurry up, divine timing. We're ready for you. You guys are going to be fine, though. I just know it. I feel it, and I'm excited for your journey. Let's see. I also want to tell, for those of you who are in the metropolitan Kansas City area, this is fair season. So coming up in April, mid-April, watch for my posts and stuff. I'll be at a 3-day event, and I think the first one's going to be out at, I think it's Ameristar. And then we'll have an event in June at, what's the name of that place? It's in Independence. Just stay tuned to my pages and you'll see, I'll post them. And on my website as well, I'll post them. But you can come see me and get a reading in person. If you're outside the Kansas City area and you're watching this, I do angel readings over at 12listen.com. I'm online every single day. I love it. Like I said, I do believe that my purpose in life is helping others, and this is the gift that I was given to be able to assist others when I can. So, come join me, enjoy it, get your answers from your angels. Let's see what else. Okay. Again, this is coming from, I think, somebody who is not showing up online right now. This feels for a male. It's male energy anyway. And they're concerned for their family. I think there's maybe a divorce or something like that going on in the family. And this person's very depressed and upset by it. And what I'm here to tell you is the relationship, they learned the relationship ended because those two people have learned everything they can from each other. And it's time for them to move on. There's not one bad person, that, this one did this and that's why this caused this, or vice versa. It's a situation that was inevitable from the day that they met. They only signed up for a short period of time. I think if everyone involved in the situation can look at it from the standpoint that the love is still there, the love is not dead, but it's time for them to go on their way to find the relationship they're supposed to be in. I don't feel like either one of them has met that other person yet, but I feel like these two people still love each other, but it's too painful for them to be together because they're not supposed to be together anymore. And I know that sounds weird, but they learned the lessons they needed to from each other, and they need to be grateful that they had the relationship they did, and let it go. Okay. And trust me, I've been through 2 divorces, so I know it's hard to let go of a relationship, especially when you really poured your heart and soul into it. But things do get better. And I do feel like, it doesn't feel like 2026, but by 2027, they will meet the people that they're supposed to be with, and you'll see the difference, and you'll feel the difference, okay, coming from both those people. So I hope that helps. And maybe next week you can come in and actually chat something in the room. We won't tell, okay? So, again, I thank all of you guys for showing up here today. I don't think there's anybody else popping in. So thank you for coming by. Next week, I promise, will be better. I'll have things, my microphone tuned out on my laptop where it doesn't tell me about my book status and all my other stuff going on. But thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, I'll come on Sunday morning. I'll give you the weekly angel message. And then again next Wednesday, same time, 3 p.m., and we'll give you answers to your questions. So thank you so much for showing up. Take care. And until Sunday, sending you blessings, light, love, and angel hugs. Take care, everybody.